are many frightening creatures in Greek mythology. Some are strange, some are cruel, some are powerful, but among them all, none is as deadly or as terrifying as Typhon. Long ago, the world was ruled by the Titans, ancient gods of great strength. They were overthrown by the younger gods, the Olympians, led by Zeus. After a terrible war, the Titans were defeated and locked away in the dark prison of Tartarus. Gaia, the earth goddess, was heartbroken. The Titans were her children. She could not accept their defeat. Angry and full of grief, Gaia joined with Tartarus itself, the deepest, darkest force in the universe. Together, they created one last weapon, one final monster, a being made only for destruction. That monster was Typhon. Typhon was not like any creature the world had ever seen. Some said he was as tall as the sky. Others said his head touched the stars. His upper body looked like a powerful man, but his lower body was made of giant snakes, twisting and hissing. Each snake had sharp teeth and deadly venom. He had huge wings, dark and thick, that could block the sun when he flew. His eyes burned red like fire, and anyone who looked into them felt pure terror. His hair was not hair at all. It was made of the heads of wild animals, roaring and screaming in rage. Worst of all, Typhon could breathe fire. Wherever he went, cities burned, fields turned to ash, rivers boiled. The earth itself cracked in fear. When the Olympian gods first saw Typhon, many of them panicked. They ran. They hid. Some even changed themselves into animals to escape. It seemed that Gaia's plan might succeed, but Zeus did not run. He stood tall, holding his thunderbolts, and faced the monster alone. Their first battle shook the world. Mountains fell, oceans rose. The sky screamed with thunder. Typhon was too strong. He defeated Zeus, ripped the tendons from his body, and left him helpless. Zeus was carried away, weak and broken. With Zeus gone, hope seemed lost. But Hermes, the swift messenger god, and Pan, the god of wild places, did not give up. Using trickery and speed, they stole Zeus's tendons back from Typhon. They returned them to Zeus, restoring his strength. Now Zeus knew this was his final chance. If he failed, the Olympians would fall. The world would return to chaos. Zeus climbed Mount Olympus. Storm clouds gathered around him. Lightning filled the sky. When Typhon came, Zeus threw hundreds of thunderbolts. The sky burned white. The earth split open. The battle lasted days, then weeks, then longer than any human lifetime. At last, Zeus won. With one final strike, he threw Typhon into the deepest pit of Tartarus. To make sure the monster never escaped, Zeus dropped an entire mountain on top of him. That mountain became Mount Etna. The ancient Greeks believed that when Mount Etna erupted, it was Typhon breathing fire beneath the earth. When earthquakes happened, they said it was Typhon trying to move. Some stories tell the battle differently. In some, Athena was the only goddess brave enough to stand beside Zeus when the others ran. She convinced them to return and fight. In other versions, Zeus was captured and tortured for years until Hermes and Pan saved him again. But all stories agree on one thing. Typhon was the greatest enemy the gods ever faced. After his defeat, Typhon did not disappear from history. He became known as the father of monsters. With his wife Echidna, half woman, half snake, he created many of the creatures of legend. The Nemean lion, whose skin could not be cut. Cerberus, the three-headed dog of the underworld. The Hydra, whose heads grew back when cut. The Chimera, part lion, part goat, part snake, breathing fire. Orthrus, the two-headed dog. Ladon, the dragon who guarded the golden apples. The Sphinx, who killed those who failed her riddle. Even the Gorgons, like Medusa, were linked to this terrible family. Most of the monsters we know in Greek mythology came from Typhon and Echidna. Typhon is more than just a monster. He is a symbol. He represents the last rage of the old world, the final scream of the Titans before the Olympians ruled forever. His fall marked the end of the old gods and the rise of the new. Unlike many figures in Greek myths, Typhon has no gentle side. He does not love. He does not protect. He does not create. He exists only to destroy. Some say he was only obeying his parents, Gaia and Tartarus. But still, he chose chaos. He chose fire. He chose ruin. That is why many see him as true evil. Typhon is like Ragnarok in Norse myth, a moment when the world almost ends and a new age begins. The Titans refuse to change. They refuse to grow. And even a monster as terrible as Typhon could not stop their fall. In the end, progress could not be destroyed. A new world was born from fire, thunder, and courage. And deep beneath Mount Etna, Typhon still sleeps, waiting, dreaming, and shaking the earth when he moves.